him a big round of applause.
Thank you. I'm a waiter. I've been a waiter for 18 years.
Thank you.
I used to open stores for Applebee's. I'm a corporate trainer. I've trained probably 1,000 servers over the years. I have a great resume, and I've been fired from every restaurant I've ever worked at, including Applebee's. I had a secret shopper, and they had a kid that was taking forever to order, and the parents were not helping me. And I was very busy, and I said to the kid at one point, I said, "Kid, I could die waiting for you to order." And then that was a secret shopper. So it went to my boss and up the ladder to the president, who called me at home to fire me, and he said, "Did you tell an autistic kid I could die waiting for you to order?" I did not know he was autistic. This is not the story. This is like me telling you what kind of waiter I am. But I didn't know. The parent, he must have been super mildly autistic with really shitty, uptight parents who didn't want to let me know to, because I'm a very, I would have been like, "Go for it, kid. Take how long you want." Anyway. Fuck them. It's not my fault, is what I'm saying. I bet the kid's awesome, but his parents are shitty. This story is about Hard Rock Cafe. I got a job at Seattle Hard Rock Cafe, and in order to get my job, I'm a comedian. I had to tell the lady that was interviewing me, I had to tell her 2 dirty jokes. Like just shitty, dirty street jokes to get this job. And I did, and I got the job. And they loved that they would tell table, "This guy's a comedian, you're going to have a great time." Like the Hard Rock Cafe, they really embrace the artist in you, whatever. And I hated it. It was, one time these people came from like a funeral or something, and they're like, "Your waiter's a comedian, he'll cheer you up." I was like, "Fuck you." So, Hard Rock Cafe has a fan page, and you can go on there and you can check in, you can write stuff. So I checked in once and I wrote something really mean. And then I had a lot of fun. So the next day I tried to do it again and it wouldn't let me. So I created my own Hard Rock Cafe page, like my own fake Hard Rock Cafe fan page, to which I put all kinds of shit on there, like how much I hate teenagers, and and I don't, but I was trying to be funny. And my managers would comment on it, and like it was very popular within my restaurant, and everybody loved it. General manager, everyone loved it. Our general manager gets fired for sleeping with one of the hosts, which happens all the time. And they bring in this guy from Detroit who like turns some Hard Rock Cafe around. He's like this douchebag. And by the way, for 2011, I was Hard Rock Cafe Seattle's #1 server. Like they keep track of everything. I was #1 for the whole year. And that's not even with the great shifts. I had to fucking work my ass off to become #1. This guy comes in January 2012. The restaurant was struggling. The thing was going down. Never, like there was several of us that were really good. He never once came up to me and said, "Hey, this place sucks, and you're one of the few people doing well. Tell me why it works for you," and you know what. Never. I had 2 conversations with him. Once, he sat me down to complain about a Yelp review that he thought was mean, and it turned out it wasn't. And the second was this meeting. He'd been working there a few months. I waited on the #2 and the #3 person in Hard Rock Cafe, the whole company. And he says, "Okay, we have to have a meeting." He sits me down in this meeting. This is like the day after. He sits me down in this meeting. And I look, and he's got a stack of papers. And on the corner of the top is my Facebook profile picture. And I realize what the fuck's going to happen, right? And he goes over, he like reads word for word all of my favorite Facebook posts from 2011 and asking me to like justify these posts. Like, why do you hate teenagers? And why are you saying this? And what? All this shit, like, whatever. And then he reads this one. He says, "This is the one I'm firing you for, Mike." This is my favorite of all time. I checked into my fake, Hard Rock, and I put on there, I said, "The only way I make it through the day without killing myself is that I daydream I work at the Cheesecake Factory." job makes you want to kill yourself? I was like, fucking Don, it's a joke, you idiot. And he said, well, you're fired. And I love going out loud. I've done it many times. When I'm fired, which happens a lot, I make a loud exit. I like to get loud. So I go, you're firing me? I'm your best fucking server, you idiot. And he goes, you know, I don't need you. And I go, fine. And I took off my apron and I threw it across the room. And there were tables. I hit a table. And I took off my shirt, my Hard Rock Cafe shirt, and I threw that. And he's like, what are you doing? And I said, I don't need this shit. I don't work here anymore. I don't need this fucking uniform anymore. And he goes, you need to calm down. And I said, what, Don? Are you going to fucking fire me? Did you not think this through? You're firing me because of my attitude, and now you think I'm going to be fucking calm? And I went crazy. And he threatened to call the cops. And I said, call the fucking cops. And I'll tell you why. They've never called the cops. So if they try to call the cops, say go, call the cops. They never will, so don't worry about that. Anyway, I left. Security helped me out, whatever. I went back to Applebee's, which is that ex-girlfriend that will always take me back. I got fired in February 2012. I went back to Applebee's, and in March of 2012, Applebee's let me know that for February, for the whole month that I worked there, I was their Employee of the Month. So I took the plaque that they gave me, and I drove by Hard Rock Cafe, and I parked outside, and I checked into the actual Hard Rock Cafe page, and I posted a picture of me holding my MVP plaque from Applebee's, and said, fuck you, Don. Thank you.
Give it up for Mike. Give it up for Mike and for customer service representative.